We're here with you from Taupo at the Fibre Easter Jumping Festival, which of course is including the Fibre New Zealand Indoor Championships this year. Fabulously run event by Tony and Colin McIntosh, and thanks to them for such a great indoor event. Everybody loves coming to Taupo when Colin and Tony are running these events. So we've got a great schedule for you today. We've got the first class up this morning will be the horse metre 10. It starts at 7:30, early start for people today. 9:30 or around about there, the horse metre 30 will start at 11:15, the pony metre 10. 1:15 is the horse metre 40, and a fantastic lineup of riders in the horse metre 40 today. And at 2:30, a very large class of horse metre 20 competitors and combinations, about 57 to go in the metre 20. So that'll be a great event towards the end of the day. That's scheduled to start about 2:30. So we'll be with you all day presenting through the classes and then the presentations in the main arena. Thanks, of course, to Fibre for their amazing sponsorship of the show, and there's some serious prize money to be won. Up to $12,000 at stake in the metre 40 today, and a whole lot of very, very good riders vying for the top spot there. So if we just have a look at the first class, the horse metre 10, it's a bit of probably a training class for some, probably very serious for others, but some great competitors in there. Jessie Linton with 2 or 3 to go. Jessie from Hawke's Bay riding some good horses in there. Double J Larrikin, which has done very well across the season, and a new ride for him from the Webb stable with WSJ Jonah. Graham Isaacson, never to be discounted. Graham, all the way from Dannyburg, he rides Risky, which will be a good thing for him we'll see how he gets on. Sam Whale came from Cambridge, rides the Fonz, which I believe is a new horse for her at this level as well. Oliver Croucher, Teacup GNZ, Catherine Fawcett McNaughton riding Takapo Poto Lombardi. So some great competition to come in the horse metre 10. That'll be followed by the pony metre 10. 36 ponies to go in that, and there'll be some great competition. Emma Gillies and her sister, both, or maybe just Emma in this class, but Samantha too. Emma and Samantha Gillies from the South Island, from Christchurch, up for probably this show, these 2 weekends, and then the series final next weekend in Masterton. Some great competition from her. Some really good pony riders in there. Johanna Weilers with the lovely little Wembley Brook Tiffany, Regan Calder, Grace Hoare, and we also got the Bridie King, Bridie from Payatua. She's had a great show. I was just talking to her dad out in the car park, and she rides Buzzy Bee's Max. She's won the 2 metre classes so far, so this is a bit of a step up for her. And indoors, which is proving some interesting for some as they work their way through that indoor. It's a bit different in there. The jumps come up faster, and it's a bit of a closed arena, so it takes a bit of getting used to for some of these horses and ponies who haven't been competing indoors previously. Who else have we got? Zara Priest 2's a TC Piano Man, a little pony that's done really well in the National Series so far this year. And Jessica Hoare, also from way down south, rides Tally Ho Scoundrel, a little pony that's not to be discounted in the pony metre 10. So that's how we're starting off this morning. We're ready to go at about 7:30. We've just got to get a few bits of paper in the right order at this end, and we'll be ready to start with you at 7:30. And moving on through the day with some great competition, and thanks to all of those sponsors who have put up a really good effort for us here today. We'll work through those as we go through the day. I haven't got a class sheet. No. right, we are ready to go. We're all starting now with the horse meter 10 in this National Indoor Championships. This class has approximately about 40 combinations in it, and our first ready to go there is Isabel Devisic. She rides Altera Fiesta. Isabel's 19 years old. She's from Cambridge. She studies psychology at Waikato University and based at Willowmane Park in Cambridge. This horse, a New Zealand sport horse by Kofaialo out of Altera Fable, which was by First Pleasure and bred by R. Mudge. Indoor twisty to get around and use the arena to the best of its ability. That's a little stop there for her at the Takapoto wine bottles. And her 4 faults. She'll just regroup to come around again. Anyone who's watching is wondering why there's 2 horses, and it's just a way to keep the class going a wee bit faster, so we keep getting through the riders. So the other horse will walk around in the ring until it's their turn to go. Familiarise themselves with a few scary looking jumps. The ring looks absolutely stunning out there. They've done an amazing job, the flowers and the decoration. And anyway, there we go. Isabel's back underway round the corner. They can be a bit tight, those corners. Ride them right out. She finishes with a 4-fault round in a time of 85.53. So the time allowed, I think, is about 99 seconds. So she's well within the time allowed to finish on 4 faults. Time allowed 93 seconds in the first round. It's an instant jump off, so you have to wait for the bell. Next rider in the ring is Isabel Jamieson and Concord. Isabel, a rider from Northland. She's been riding for eight or more years and represented New Zealand at international competitions in Germany, Russia and China. They might be self-funded tours, because I don't think that's actually a New Zealand representation, but still she's had a great deal of success, and she's runs a successful business of sales and competing in show jumping. Her horse Concord, a Holsteiner Bay Gelding by Capitino GNZ, bred by Helena Mason. Just a slight disagreement there. Quite a lot going on down that line with all the windows and the giraffe just in the window there at the judge's box. So be a disobedience as she comes around there. She will calm everything down and come back round to that line again. I think it's 3A and 3B. 4 faults at 3A. second part of the course through the middle line and back down the far side. Go. Big pat. Well done, Isabel Jamieson, Concord. Total of, she must have had time faults, 8 faults, and probably 7 time by the look of that, for a total of 15. So we won't see Isabel back for the jump off at this stage. Only the clears will go through, unless there's no clears, and then it will be based on time and fastest 4 faulters. So we'll move on now to Bailey Benshaw in Rubik's RE.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. This is Bailey Benshaw. I'm very sorry, Bailey. Rubik's RE. She will be followed by them.
Bailey is from Auckland, goes to the Kristen School. And Rubik's RE is Dark Bay gelding. Probably about 12 years old now, I think. Warm blood, out of Royston Rockstar, which was by Morningstar. No, that's not right. By Royston Rockstar, out of Morningstar, which was by Genius, bred by Royston Equine. One rail down in the early part of the course. Another one down. Sitting on 8 faults now, coming round the last few fences. Main events and down to the last, number 10, Fibre Fresh. There we go, 81.27 on the clock, 8 faults. No clear rounds at this stage, but some good riders to come. Jessie Linton and Brooke Edgecombe, Catherine Fawcett McNaughton.
2 rails there for 8 jump faults of Rubik's RE and Bailey Benshaw. Now go back up to number 1. Yep, that's why Easy Rose, good rider, maybe a wheelchair.
Here's the replay of Bailey Benshaw and Rubik's RE. Right, our next combination is Amelia Wilshire and Weighty Rose. Amelia has been having a good season on... Oh dear, that's what you call a commentator's curse. What an unfortunate dismount for Amelia at the first jump. It will be a regroup. Amelia will need to be checked by the medics before she can ride again, so that's unplanned and a bit unfortunate for her. And that's the bell now for Grace Webb and Dynasty NZPH. A little warm blood grey mare by Pizzetta de Rue, and a long line of NZPH breeding in there. bred by NZPH at Ocean Beach in Hawke's Bay. Nice little grey horses that have little greys like this. There's another one called Fashion NZPH that looks very similar. Magnificent chump with the wine bottles from Taupo. Taupo, of course, a great sponsor and supporter of equestrian sport. They have done an incredible job in recent years of creating the Taupo Equestrian Centre, which is something globally on a par with anything else around the world. It is sensational in every sense, and they also support the jumping high performance program in a big way, as well as supporting shows like this by allowing their gear to be used and putting in a bit of time and effort. So big appreciation for Taupo, Mitch and Kate Plor and the Plor family. Huge investment in the sport. And there's Grace Webb and Dynasty NZPH. 75-78. Looks like it was all clear at this stage. No. Here's the replay of Grace's round as she comes around there. Pushes it on as she comes up the middle line. I think the bell's gone for our next competitor. Not sure how we're going in there.
Well, that's unfortunate there for Grace and Dynasty NZPH. Unfortunately, they must be at 6.
Right, so Grace Webb unfortunately eliminated for missing fence 6. It's unfortunate for her, so she will be eliminated. And the next combination in the ring is Beth Ogden and Maker. I don't have any information about Beth or her horse. So we'll just take her around as it comes. Down to 3A and 3B, nicely done through there. Back around to the middle section. One of the middle sections, there's quite a few as you crisscross through this course. It's a bit of an art in building courses in the indoor arena. Pip Howes has been doing this for Tony and Colin for a while now, so she's got it down to a bit of a fine art. Doing a great job. Just the one rail down so far for Beth. Just a couple of jumps left to go. 8, 9 and 10. It's number 9. And the last coming up, sitting on 4 faults. She will finish on 4, a time of 77.23. Unofficially puts her in second place at the moment. No clear rounds at this point.
Just the one rail down there for 4 faults at 7A for Liga and Ogden for a time of
All right, next combination in the ring. Nice little grey pony. It's not a pony, it's a horse. Kyra Seymour from Whakatane in Bay of Plenty. Kyra rides NV Raphael. Anyone who's watching who isn't sure of what the letters or the initials mean at the start or end of names, horses and breeders in one sense like to capture the breeding of their horses by purchasing a suffix or a prefix, and they can do that through the Equestrian Federation, and that means they can put that on all of their horses, which means you recognise the breeding of great horses as it goes through. You see more and more NZPH, ECPH, MVNZ. Everybody seems to have a prefix or a suffix these days, and it's just a good way of recognising our breeders who do an incredible job of sustaining the sport and building on their jumping lines, bloodlines to improve show jumping in New Zealand. She comes round to fence 4A and no, it's just fence 4, 7A and 7B, sorry, and through to the last line round the corner. Finishing at Fibre Reach. Oh! And almost finishing completely. Hopefully she went through the flags. No, just go back and go through the flags. Here we go. Well, that is a shame because it was all clear until the last, and she just had a bit of a miss going into that. She'll get 4 faults at the last. Lucky not to actually take a tumble there. She did well, held on, and you'll probably see on the replay in a minute as she comes through that last line to the last fence. All right, bell's gone now for Molly Marshall and Mistress.
Well, it's very disappointing when to do such a lovely round and then to final jump to drop the Dale.
Kyra Seymour will be rowing that last fence as she just walks her horse from the ring. It's going to be our first clear round. Anyway, Molly Marshall and Mistress. Molly is a 17-year-old Ngātawa student. She rides Mistress, a bay mare, thoroughbred, by Rip Van Winkle, well-known racing stallion out of Liquor, which was by Keeper from Australia, bred by G.W. DeGruchy and I assume Lawrence Redshaw. Thoroughbred breeding in there. Lovely to see these off-the-track thoroughbreds making a comeback in a show jumping career or eventing. New Zealand thoroughbreds being very successful in eventing throughout the years. And we have a great competition in New Zealand across all disciplines with called ties, thoroughbreds in equestrian sport. Thoroughbred Racing New Zealand puts in about $10,000 a year for prize money into those series. So anybody with a thoroughbred that's raced or registered as a thoroughbred, you can enter the ties series and be in the money. Molly Marshall sitting on 4 faults, coming round to it's 8. 2 to go. Main events, and Fibre Fresh the last. There we go, a little Liverpool with a couple of ducks just for good measure. 4 faults for Molly Marshall and Mistress, 83.87 on the clock. Generous time in this class. Right, our next competitor is Jessie Linton. Jessie, a professional rider from Hawke's Bay, rides a huge number of horses at every show. I have no idea how he remembers the horses. Oh no, that looks like Oh, yes, there he is on the grey. Grey gelding New Zealand sport horse by Double J Repicharge. This horse, bred by the Double J stud, Robin and Wendy Jacobs, just south of Dannyburg there. Do a fantastic job, bred some beautiful jumping horses, a great line there, the Repicharge, Double J Repicharge line. And this horse out of Rata Mill Ascot, which was by Stanek. Jessie doing a great job. Not a particularly old horse, Double J Larrikin, bred in 2016, coming up 6, 7. All right, down to the last line. Jessie to the last fence. All clear. So that's the first clear round. Was, as I mentioned before, there's some good riders to come. So clear for Jessie, 82.56. He's all good. We will see him back for the jump off first clear in this class. To be followed by Brock Edgecombe and Indiana Extreme. Brook riding Indiana Extreme. And we're just getting ready to go. Just having a little look, checking the course. Oh, of course, it's an instant jump off, so Jessie's away for his jump off. That's a bit, forgot about that. So he is tight turn in there. To fence 4, come round tightly. It's 6. And must be 1 to come. He's a great competitor, Jessie. He always gives it his all. He will. Last fence into the jump off will be fence 10 and jump off time of 40.34. So the only clear at the moment, that's the time to beat, puts him in first place right now.
Now I'd like to welcome to the arena Brock Edgecombe, and she's riding Indiana Extreme.
Okay, we're underway again now with Brock Edgecombe and Indiana Extreme. It's a fabulous looking horse, bay mare, warm blood by Corofino too. Lots of Corofino horses out competing these days. It's out of Nahiwi Icon, which was by Indoctro VDL and bred by Extreme Sport Horses. And Charlene and her team down there in the Horowhenua. So Brooke, of course, one of New Zealand's leading show jumpers at the moment. Winner of the Olympic Cup the last time it was ridden for at the 2020 Horse of the Year. She's also the winner of many World Cups and some great competitions, so on her lovely LT Holster Andrea. So this is a new horse for her out and about, Indiana Extreme, and she will be taking it carefully through the course. The lovely rider Brooke, she'll guide it around smoothly. Going to welcome into the commentary box with me Olivia Newsom in a moment. Olivia will be here for the rest of this class, and we'll have a bit of a chat about what she's up to and how her horses have been going so far. Fence 10, 87.99 and all clear. She'll come back around in a moment for the jump off. Where's the... Jump off course 9, 4, 6, 7A, B, 8 and 10. Right, that makes more sense to me now. Nivelle's gone. She's got the countdown underway. She's a good campaigner. Brooke, she'll have it well under control. There we go, through the flags. Just taking it carefully. Tight turns. It's all about taking out strides and good turns in a jump off. Don't necessarily need to go flat out if you can ride the course efficiently. Time to beat for Jessie, 40.34. So that's where she's sitting. She might be going slightly slower, I think, than Jessie was. He certainly picked up the pace down that line there. Here we go. 46.62 is her time. But clear. So currently sitting in second place.
Well, a lovely clear round there for Indiana Extreme and Brooke Hitchkin. Clear jumping with a jump off time of 46.62. Now, I'd welcome our next rider, number 12, SP Petite Path, ridden by John Smith.
Okay, so we're underway again now with Jono Smith riding Petite Dupart, SP Petite Dupart. Jono, 30-year-old farrier and electrician from Kinloch, so just down the road. He hasn't had far to go. And he's this horse by Woodley Don Juan, which is by Contango too, out of Phoenix, NZPH. Bred by Sue and Chris Smith from Australia. Jono makes his way around there. We'll welcome into the commentary box Olivia Newsom. How are we going in the show, Olivia?
Good, thanks. It's been a really good show so far. My horse has been jumping great.
Good. What classes are you in today?
I've got one in the metre 20 to 25, one in the 30 to 35, and one in the 40 to 45.
Oh, it's going to be a busy old day for the rest of your day.
Busy.
Okay, and so you're pretty happy with how things have been going so far?
Yeah, it's been going really good. I've just been kind of taking them along slowly this season. Haven't really had much of a season, honestly. This is our third show of the season, but this weekend's been really good. I've had a few minor placings, got a second yesterday, and I was happy with that.
I watched you ride in that jump off yesterday. That can jump, can't it?
Yeah, he's a bit of an interesting fellow. He chooses what he wants to do and when he wants to do it, but he's a good boy.
Yeah, Jono Smith's finished his first round all clear, 86.54, so he'll just come back now with the instant jump off. So, yes, tell us about Caratino Jewel, because everybody's always fascinated and you hear the gasps from the sideline because he does do a few unconventional leaps, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's tricky, I must say. After 4 years I've been riding him. I've had him since he was 12, and he still takes the breath out of me when I come out of the course, always puffing away. Always surprised about what he throws at me. But he tries his hardest. He's probably my favourite. He's a bit of a grumpy bum.
Yeah.
He took a chunk out of me the other night, out of my forehead. And
one of those.
Kicked me the week before, so keeps me in line.
Yeah. Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
I think we all remember the giant leap at Taupo where he looked like he was about to jump a skyscraper, and you won in great style. It was a fantastic. If anyone who didn't see that, you should look for the photo, because there is a fabulous photo of Olivia.
He's up quite high.
About 10 feet off the ground. Yeah, it was a wonderful sight and a great ride by you too.
It's a great day. Always look back at those videos when I'm bored or just chilling around, just look back at Taupo and it's like, oh, good old day's been out.
Oh, there we go. Jono Smith, he gave it a pretty good nudge. 40.93 in the jump off, and clear, not quite fast enough. Just one stride, maybe two. Jessie's still sitting at the top with 40.34.
Yeah, Jono had a good ride.
Have you had a look at that course out there?
Yeah, I walked it this morning with one of my friends. I was helping her warm up. She was number 8 to go, Kyra. She rode really well, but I walked it this morning and it's a really nice course. It's good having an instant jump off, gives you time to breathe.
Yeah, take a breath and regroup.
Yep.
All right, so our next rider will be Talia Good and Florient DHU. This horse, the Dutch Warm Blood, was ridden, of course, by Lorena Dolman for a number of years. It's by Appleton DHU out of Sonia, which was by Voltaire 2. It's been around for a wee bit. Metre 10's probably the smallest it's jumped for a while, I would say.
Yeah, it's a pretty new combination because I know Talia quite well and she rides lots of different ponies. She's probably her first season on Hacks, I think. But she's a good little rider. She's very busy. Puts lots of effort into the horses.
Oh, that's good. Nice to see when the combinations come together. I think I watched this horse at the Nationals in Christchurch, and it is a relatively new combination because Lorena was riding it there, and obviously it's come now with Talia, which is good. And so, little sister been riding this weekend?
No, she's at a basketball nationals.
Oh, is she now?
All three of my siblings have got basketball tournament on this weekend, so Mum whipped home yesterday, so I was here alone.
Oh dear, so you're flying solo.
Yep.
Good on you. It's great. You're going to have a busy day after this, so it's good that you could spare the time to come and have a chat with us.
Yeah, it's nice being here.
One around to the last jump now. She's going well. I hope I'm not
going to jinx it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Great round. All clear, 81.26.
Should be very happy with that. Probably just go nicely around the jump off. Not going to go too fast, I don't think. Looking for
just
a course.
Checking her course. Make sure she's on the right track.
Best to know your course.
Yeah, it's vaguely disappointing when you mix them up in the jump off.
Especially on finals day.
Yeah, so big money in these classes, isn't there? It's pretty hefty prize money, which is incredible for New Zealand and for what we see. I think probably the biggest purse other than Horse of the Year.
Yeah, other than Horse of the Year.
We haven't had.
Gives you something to fight for, this does. Even the qualifiers had quite good prize money, so going hard out on them.
Oh, well, that's good. She's just taking it quietly.
Yeah. We're wanting a nice double clear.
And where is Talia from?
She's Whakatane, I think. So she just has a few young horses. This is a new combination, probably 2 or 3 weeks, I think. Mm-hmm. Second show maybe, but she's just learning the ropes of a bigger horse because she's used to quite small ponies, but she's such a nice girl. Good friends with them. Perfect. She's super happy with that.
She will. 48 seconds on the clock. All clear. She sits in 4th place currently.
Oh, that was lovely, Talia. Well done.
A nice double clear round for her. She'll be very pleased with that, I think. Horse looks very happy and settled.
Yeah.
So, next to go, Catherine Fawcett McNaughton and Tekapoto Lombardi. Catherine, an amateur rider from Pukekohe. She says she's in the sport for the fun of it, but she's done a wee bit more than that. She was on the ESNZ jumping board for a while, and she's heavily involved. Oh, that won't be pleasing. All right. Maybe we'll start that one again. She will not be pleased with that. Yes, she was on the ESNZ jumping board for a while, heavily involved with the Auckland area group with her great mate Paula Musson. And Tekapoto Lombardi, of course, no surprises there from the Tekapoto stable in Cambridge. Chestnut Gelding Warm Blood by Andretti, which was a very good New Zealand show jumping horse out of Zoe CSNZ, which was by Civet MVNZ. It's some good lines, bloodlines in there. A big chestnut. Just the 4 faults to start with. We'll ask Blondie, but everyone knows her as Blondie. We'll ask her about that later and see how she felt about that.
It's quite a big horse, so it's quite a small arena. It's quite hard to make it around.
And possibly hasn't done a lot of indoor.
No, probably hasn't done a lot of indoor as well. Like a lot of these young horses, younger ones, they're quite green. They've got the big green screen going. The music, all Tony's decorations. Tony loves to decorate.
I know. Isn't it fabulous? It looks amazing in there.
It looks beautiful. Tony and her mum, they do all the flowers.
Yeah, it's lovely.
See her out at 7 o'clock this morning, cleaning all the rails and all the fill. They love it. It's beautiful.
That's a real credit to them.
Yeah.
Of course, Colin and Tony, there we go. 12 faults, so probably 8 jump faults and 4 time by the look of that, I'd say. Oh.
Good replays.
Yeah. Great replays.
You always get the highlights.
Won't be wanting to have another look at that.
No.
Yeah, just perhaps a bit green in the indoor.
Yeah, it's a big environment, honestly. My horses, even though they're well experienced, they still take a moment.
All right, Emma Deadman. Next up, Emma from Taupo, so she hasn't had to go far for this fabulous event. She rides Super Duper, dark bay gelding standard bred cross, out of a mare called Bonnie, bred by Malcolm Little, and we're really not sure of its sire at this point. But Emma, always a good competitor. She's a nurse locally in Taupo, and she'll...
This isn't... This is...
Oh, this isn't Emma.
No, she must be... Charlie's must be early.
Okay.
Now Emma's come in the ring, I think. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
This looks like Emma. It's like, I recognise that horse.
There we go. That's Emma there.
Yeah.
Okay. The bell's gone, so she'll be... There we go. And through the flags. So you're heading off to the series final next weekend?
Yep, Mum and I are just going to take the trip down in the float, only taking 2 horses. So,
oh, goodness me.
Yeah, it'll be quite nice. Only jumping Friday, Saturday, not Sunday, but...
It's a bit of a trek for you from Tauranga.
Yeah, it's 7 hours, so Mum didn't really want to drive the truck down. Got a big 6-horse truck, so she just wants to take it nice and slow with the float in the car. So we'll just camp out in the float on our mattresses.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we've all done that.
Yeah.
So, and where are you sitting in those series? Have you?
I haven't really followed any series, really. I've just kind of been taking my horses slow. Don't really like to follow the series. Just jump when they're ready.
Do your own thing?
Yeah, because we've just moved properties as well, so I don't have an arena at my new place.
Right.
So they haven't jumped in a while, so they're just...
Taking it easy.
Taking it easy, keeping them happy, and series aren't really the massive thing. It's more the end of the season, the big classes you want to prepare for, honestly.
And what are you planning on doing with yourself, Olivia? Where are you at right now?
Well, I'm only 16, so I'm still in school. Turning 17 in like a month, so I always say that when people ask how old I am. I'm like, oh, I'm nearly 17.
Nearly 17.
Nearly there.
There we go. Well done, Emma. 82.26 and clear. And any idea what you're going to do when you've finished?
Well, I'll probably finish end of this year, end of year 12. A few subjects under my belt. And then maybe move over to overseas, Australia, Europe sometime in the next 2 years, take a few horses.
Great.
Yeah, that's my goal. But I want to do a farrier course this winter just to get it under my belt and be able to do my own. So
good stuff. That's pretty handy to have when you've got a stable full of horses. So you just need to find yourself a good stable in Europe or Australia or somewhere to be able to ride, as well as learn all of the wonderful ways of European jumping.
Learn all the complicated ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
With Briar and Annabelle going over, I watch a few of their videos and see kind of what the environment's like, and it seems pretty crazy. Pretty excited though.
Yeah, busy, different.
Busy.
Much more high pressure than here, but so many opportunities as well.
Yeah, and Sam McIntosh leaves on Tuesday for Ireland, so she'll be excited for that.
Yeah, I saw Sam last night. 38:46.
Oh,
that's a
speedy.
fantastic time. Puts her into first place. So, good ride from Emma Deadman. She'll be delighted with that. Tipping herself to the top of the table on 38.46, the new time to beat. Right now we're moving to Charlize Clark and her horse DiCaprio CSNZ, Chestnut Gelding Sport Horse by Eurosport Heartbreaker, and out of a Corlando mare bred by the Chalican Sport Horses in the Waikato.
This is such a cool horse. I think it's quite a new combination as well. I was yarded next to her and I heard her talking. This is her first proper show, so
Wow,
she'll be very happy.
that's a big deal, and
Big
indoors
deal.
as
Yeah,
well.
indoors.
Yeah.
So I think she'll just be going for a clear, get used to the big horse, because I know this horse Leo quite well, and I knew his old rider Izzy Jamison,
Right.
and yeah, he was jumping young riders with her, but he's a very big horse. It's very cool though.
It's deceiving, isn't it? Because it doesn't look big on that
No.
on the screen.
He's a big boy.
Doesn't say. No, it doesn't have a height there.
I'd say he's about 17 hands, maybe plus.
Nice looking combination.
Yeah. I know the Steiners used to have him before Izzy as well, so.
Bit of a rattle there at fence 6, but it stays up. So down through the middle of the course to come back for the last line. Fence 9 and 10. Oh, 8, 9 and 10. There's 8.
One to go.
That's always the...
It's always the case. I should be very happy with that.
Lovely clear round, 89.07, so all good in the time. Should be very pleased with that. 5 double clears so far. Sitting at top spot, Emma Deadman and Super Duper, followed 2 seconds behind Jessie Linton and Double J Larrikin in 40.34. Right, that's the bell for the jump off for Charlize Clark and DiCaprio CSNZ. It looks like she's just doing a double clear as well.
Yeah, it looks like she's just going for a
Getting
nice
it.
round. It's quite a big horse, so have quite a big stride, so I wouldn't be surprised if he has a speedy time. Covers the ground really fast. Always was hard to beat him in a jump off against Izzy. He looks slow, but he's got a big stride. Last fence.
Nice horse. He's done well.
Oh, bummer.
The curse of the last fence. 4 faults at the last for Charlize Clark and DiCaprio CSNZ. And a time, I didn't catch the time, but it was a bit slower, 42 or 43 seconds, I think. You never know what can happen. You can still be in the money with a 4-fault jump off.
Yeah, it looks like he just slipped his back leg a little bit, dropped it a bit early. It's a bit deceiving with the Liverpool, though.
All right, Catherine Burden is next in the ring with a lovely looking grey. Lots of dapples going on there. All right, dapple grey mare thoroughbred by any suggestion out of Memory Helper, which was by Keeper. Where is Catherine? Do you know Catherine? Where is she from?
No, I don't actually know.
Come to these shows, and it was wonderful to see new riders and people popping up and making the most of the the fantastic events that have been put on at NEC and Taupo.
Yeah, it's been wonderful having this indoor because it's versatile. Like, you never know. Like, it could be raining outside, but you come inside, the ground's always the same. It's easier than jumping outside where you're like, oh, what studs have I got to use? Or is the ground sand got to be too boggy? It's just perfect coming inside.
And they've done a lot of work here.
Yeah, they roll it and harrow it a lot. Massive shout out to the ground crew and Tony and Colin for having everything organised because it's very well handled.
Yeah, that's one thing about Tony. She's efficient.
Yeah, she's very organised. One thing I've learnt by being coached with Tony and Colin for the past 3 years is they love to have everything proper. They don't cut any corners at all. It's awesome. It's good having like people come in from overseas and they know what they're doing.
They had a massive amount of experience overseas and
organising big barns with lots of horses. I heard Colin talking about it last night. There we go.
All clear. Catherine Burden and My Dream. 78.92. I was talking to Colin yesterday about shows overseas, and he was saying the one thing that he always tried to tell everybody is you need to make friends with the person on the gate because they're the best friend you'll ever have at a show.
Blake is an awesome dude.
Dear Blake, he is a legend, isn't he?
Yeah, he's my favourite. We get along so well. I always help him at the gate whenever he's busy.
Yeah, he's got
first rail.
Oh, the first rail came down in the jump
It's always
off.
the first rail, the last rail curse.
Blake is fantastic. He spends, such an incredible volunteer.
Yeah.
Travels all over the country, does the gate. A wonderful job. I'm very lucky to have him in the sport.
Yeah, he's such an awesome dude. I have his number in my phone and he calls me every few months to check on how I'm doing. He called me a few weeks ago to see how I was doing with all the rain and how our property was holding up. And he's like, oh, I can't wait to see you down at Let's Jump, the indoor champs. And we're like, oh, can't wait to see you as well. And he got me an Easter present and I got him one too.
Oh, isn't that good?
He's so cute.
He's a good guy.
Oh, just 2 down for that, but that wasn't too... That was nice.
44.58 on the clock. 8 faults will put her into 7th place. It could still be good enough.
Yep.
No? Seven that have completed the jump off. And if they're doing 1 and 6, they'll probably go to 7 places, I would say.
Yep.
Right, Georgie Vanel and a Snowstorm.
This horse has been around for a while.
Hasn't he? He's a lovely horse.
Yeah, he's such a cool horse. Michaela Herbert used to have him.
That's right.
Yep. And then Emma Bates, I think. It's been around for a while.
Yeah, lovely horse.
Yeah.
Born in 2003, so he's definitely getting on.
Yep, 19.
18 or 19, yeah.
18, 19.
He's a warm blood cross by Senator. Bred by, John and Joan Cooper. There you go.
Yep.
He should know his job. He's been around many a course.
It's not an easy ride, I know that for sure. Looks like he's giving her a bit of a hard time pulling a bit, but always the tricky ones that seem to jump the best. Oh.
A few quirks, nothing wrong with that in a good horse.
Just need to learn how to manage them, and then you're good to go.
Keen though,
he's keen.
Comes around and goes, oh,
jump.
Where's the next one? Here we go. Last fence for her, sitting on 4 faults. Coming into the last. There we go.
Pops over the last.
Good round for her, 80.97. That's that's a good result. Nice round, even though, a bit strong through a bit of it, but good to see those horses still out and about.
Yep, the old boys keeping it going.
All right, Sophie Junot and Katahdin. Katahdin, a grey gelding warm blood by Lordano out of Kypra Encore, which was by Senator VDL. So some more pretty good jumping bloodlines coming through in these horses. Been such an improvement in show jumping breeding in the last 10 years in New Zealand. I thought I heard a rail fall down.
Yep, just one down the red double. One more. It's quite a tricky course out there. It's quite deceiving. Everything walks really long, because I walked quite a few of the lines this morning and they walk quite long, but then they come up short because you're jumping towards the outgate. The horses get keen. It's quite hard to ride.
Lengthen the stride a little bit.
They're like, oh, home, and then kind of disrupts your striding a bit, but jumping nice, this horse.
There we go, an 8-fault finish for Sophie Junot and Katahdin. We've got still quite a few to go in this class.
Quite a big draw, 40.
40 in the class, yep. And now next combination is Alia Berry and Octavia Queen. Another warm blood chestnut this time by Don Quattro out of Clockwork Orange, bred by Mark Kiniston Smith.
This is also quite a new combination, I know, because I'm yarded next to Alia and I always hear her talking to her horses, and she's a very nice girl. Quite a new combination, this one.
I think I remember seeing the horse, but I haven't seen them together.
No.
Oh, there's one and two. A bit quick down there, perhaps, but flat.
A very long course.
It does feel like it twists and turns, but then
twists and turns.
It is the nature of the indoor, isn't it? You have to use the space carefully.
Yeah, Pip does a very good job with that.
She
Builds
does.
her courses beautifully inside. Oh.
All right, that's an 8-fault finish for Alia Berry and Octavia Queen. Yeah, just those.
Yeah, just came up a bit quick, that line.
Mm-hmm. All right. Nikki Smith and Hiwi Sprocket. One of the Nahiwi stable horses, bred by, I'm assuming, by Bruce Holden from Gisborne. Station bred Bay Gelding. Nahiwi by Nahiwi Bay and Doctro out of Nahiwi Summer, which was by VDL Emilion. Bruce has had some fantastic Nahiwi horses throughout the years in the jumping series, and even the odd one may be doing a bit of eventing or dressage, but mainly show jumping.
Yeah, the Nahiris are great. I've had quite a few of them, and they're awesome little jumpers. They've got a heart of gold.
Bred on the big hills out of Gisborne. Pretty sure-footed.
Yeah, pretty sure-footed, and they just love to jump. Try their hardest. Some of them aren't the easiest. They've got a bit of quirk, some of them.
Nikki doing a good job round there. So halfway round the course into the Tekapoto wine bottles and back across the middle. Not quite, round the edge.
It's quite a strong horse, I know this, because I know Nikki quite well. She's always saying, oh, it's such a strong horse, clinging on.
Well, she doesn't look like she is. She looks like she's got it under control.
There we go. Perfect.
Big, strong horse, isn't it? Nicely
Ooh.
done. She'll be pleased with that.
Yeah, she will be.
79.46 and all clear. Now here we Sprocket. Born in 2010, so it's had a bit of mileage. Nikki taking a breath.
Yep. Always need to do that before you start your instant jump off. Take a breath, remember your course.
Yeah, breathe.
Yep. Colin always says that to me when I'm around. Just breathe around your corners. Remember to breathe. Don't want to pass out on the horse.
No, exactly. Oh,
bummer.
It was an unexpected drive-by.
Get your stirrup back. There you go.
There we go, that's better.
Should be annoyed with that. It was going so well the first round.
It didn't look like it was wrong either. It just decided it wanted to go left.
That's what I say with Ngāhere horses. They have a heart of gold, but they're a bit quirky sometimes. They just like to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, test you out.
Yeah. It's known to have quite a bit of sass.
Oh, what a shame, because it really was a lovely round.
Yeah, it was lovely.
From Nikki Smith. 4 faults in the jump off for her. There you go, right. The bell's gone now for Eva Weiler's and Blossom NZPH. First season of Blossom's jumping. I don't know whether that's actually right or not.
I think that might be Eva, because I think her older sister used to ride Blossom.
Right.
Joanna. South Islanders, these girls are.
Yeah, they've had a great season, actually, in the pony ring, particularly Johanna. Anyway, Blossom NZPH, Holsteiner mare by Orlando out of Treasure Blue NZ, which was by Mr. Blue, bred by NZPH.
Super little jump, this horse.
Very tidy little pair of heels going over there. As she kicks her feet
Kicks
up.
along.
Yeah.
You can see Joanna, her sister, videoing from the sideline.
Yes, for much debate later about speed and corners and turns and strides.
Yeah, it's always the case when you have a sibling in the ring. You always talk to them about the course after, but they're always there to help you in the warm-up and everything, and you have to kind of return the favour when it's their turn. So no doubt you see Eva helping Joanna warm up later on. That was a bummer.
It is a shame. 4 faults. It was a bit of a shame because it was a lovely round. Nice little horse, Blossom NZPH. Haven't seen that one before. So we will... I won't be continuing with a jump off for her. They've finished with 4 faults. Our next rider in the ring is Monica McConnell. She rides M.E. Cadie's Affair. Skewbald Pinto by Kizzy's Affair, and bred by Gemma Mackay. So Kizzy's Affair, a very good pony stallion, and a good pony in its own right. Won a lot of pony classes and Grand Prix in its time, and it throws a lovely, always a coloured horse pony, which is...
it's nice to see when you don't really have many skewbalds or coloured horses in the ring. It's more the ponies.
There's a few. The other one, of course, is Fancy Pants, which is a similar, by Kizzy's Affair as well. Owned by Chloe Hanson. Oh. 1 fence down. Fence 6 down for Monica McConnell.
Yeah, Monica's a lovely rider. I know her. She's from Tauranga as well, so we always see her at practice days, and her mum Simone is real cool. I don't know how long she's had this horse. I haven't seen it out much, so it might be pretty new as well. Pretty new to the bigger heights and show jumping.
To this level.
Yeah, with the big horses.
Well, it's made a good account of itself. Just the 1 rail for 4 faults. Put her into 11th place. Still a few combinations to come, though. Another round from yet to come. Sarah Denton to come. Sam Whale, Nikisha Lammers, Jessie Linton, Graham Isaacson. So a few old campaigners still to come. There's Henry Bull in Dark Ages. Henry from Taupo. So a horse used to be ridden by his father, Geordie. Henry at Lindisfarne College in Hawke's Bay. Dark Ages, bred by John Barry. Well, there you go. Didn't know that.
Henry's a very competitive rider. He loves to try his hardest to do quick turns.
Must take after his father because he likes to go flat out.
Yeah, taken after Geordie. Geordie always goes the shortest route, puts everything on the line.
But I remember this. You start to feel really old, don't you, when you start thinking about when he was just riding his first ever pony in the Devry Cup at the Wairau Show, which is the event for the little wee kids on their ponies.
Wee kids, yeah.
Yeah, very popular event. And I can remember Henry riding in that when I was probably emceeing it one year.
Giving a few a rattle, but keeping them up.
Born in 2004, Dark Ages, so rightly been around the traps for a while. A lot of experience, this horse. Lucky to have one who's done it all, so Henry will be enjoying this. I think it must be his first year on Hex.
Yeah. Oh,
lovely,
perfect.
Clear. 76.08 and all clear on the clock. Must be probably able to see Geordie somewhere in the background there.
Yep, Geordie and Joe will probably be on the sideline.
Yep. Now, if he's anything like his father, he won't
muck around.
Won't muck around, and he won't leave anything to wonder. It'll be have a good go for the jump off. Henry Bull in Dark Ages. Well, he took the long way around there.
Yep. inside. There we go.
Round and round in a circle. There we go.
Oh, quick one inside that, Henry.
Yep. Maybe he just wanted a better run at it. One to go.
Yeah, one to go.
And he's got a really good time. What a fantastic effort from Henry Bull. 37.12 will pitch him into the lead. And what a lovely ride from young Taupo local Henry Bull and Dark Ages. 37.12.
I'm very happy with that.
Dark Ages, time of 37.12. As you in the lead.
Right, those other more experienced riders are going to have to get their act together. Well, Cricklewood Banjo. Now, the Cricklewood Banjo has been around for a while. It's been a great horse for Amy. Where are we here? I think it was back. Yeah. There we go. Amy Moore and Cricklewood Banjo. Amy, a vet nurse student from Rotorua, and rides the grey gelding by Texas, which was out of Cheeky, which was by Samarkan, bred at the Cricklewood stud just out of Wairoa. Bred some fantastic horses over the years. Cricklewood, I think this horse originally was ridden by Catherine Alabaster for a while.
First fence down.
Wonderful to see the Fibre Fresh team out there. Their dedication to the sport.
Yep, they're onto it this weekend and last weekend. They've been massive help, Tony and Colin, and supporters of the show. It's great.
Yeah, they're sponsors of the National Equestrian Centre. They're sponsors of the indoor and of this event in its entirety. So a huge contribution from Fibre Fresh.
Yep, they have little competitions going on at the stands as well. It's great.
8 faults and great cheese and crackers too.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way.
And Easter eggs.
8 faults for Cricklewood Banjo and Amy Moore. So that will be the end for them for this class. Back over the page now. We're heading down to the last third of the class. Sarah Denton and BSF I Am Walter. Sarah from Fielding. Where are we here? Young horse educator and trainer. She's worked in racing in New Zealand and the UK and now based in the Manawatu at Fielding with her husband. Oh dear. Ouch. And a slight misunderstanding there. Hasn't quite worked for Sarah Denton. BSF I Am Walter. I presume she is okay. She got up. It was quite a tumble for her.
Yeah.
All right, rebuild the fence. Looks like that's...
Looks like she's okay.
Oh. Sam Whale in the ring anyway. It looks like they're looking for a new cup or something. There's some scurrying around going on down the other end of the course.
Another skew bald here.
Yeah, the Fonz. This horse out of a Sir Tristan mare. So a warm blood skewbald, which is you don't often see warm blood skewbalds.
No, not at all.
Nice looking horse.
Yeah, beautiful.
Haven't seen much of this horse out with Sam this season. It's just a new combination and just getting their stride together. Sam from Cambridge rides with her husband Jeremy, and they honestly like the travelling circus. It's hysterical.
Yeah, they've got their little mini pony and children everywhere.
2 children, horses, mini ponies, and in her spare time Sam makes the most incredible cakes.
Oh, they're yum as.
She calls them the whale bakes, and the best cakes you've seen in a long, long time. So they're a very busy couple, these two. They run the Diamond Lodge Showfields arena, and have been even putting on events this year whilst we've been living through the COVID disruptions. They were very pleased to not have to worry about vaccines and vaccine passes as they run their next lot of events.
First fence seems to be a tumbler today. Quite a few rails there. Quite a big environment for the horses inside, so kind of shocks them a bit, and they get a bit of time to get used to it.
Lose their concentration a wee bit.
Yeah. And the jumps as well are also a lot to take in with all their colours and trees and fill.
Flowers and fill.
Yeah, typical Tony going all for it.
Oh, she likes it to look good, and it certainly does that. All right, Sam's elected to retire a number of faults there, so she's just using it as a training round, I suspect. All right, we're going to wrap it up with Olivia. She's got to go and get her horse ready for her next class, the metre 30. And so all the very best. Thanks for coming and chatting with us. It's been great to talk to you and to catch up after a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while, but it's been good to catch up.
Have you still got lovely Lola at your house?
No, we sold her down the road, and to this little girl, she's loving her.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It was a fabulous pony,
Fabulous.
Lola.
Yeah.
I was very pleased to see she was there. So thanks very much. Good luck for the rest of the day. We'll be sitting here watching you, talking about you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's good to hear from you young guys and to see what you're up to in the sport. So all the very best.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Olivia. Chloe Armstrong in the ring now. Chloe riding Stars Aligned. Chestnut mare, New Zealand thoroughbred by a line out of Stark Galaxy, which was by Stark South. Liver chestnut. Lovely colour. All right, 9 faults for Chloe Armstrong, 8 faults and 1 time, 96.10 on the clock. We've still got some great combinations left to come. Nikisha Lammers, got Jessie Linton out there, Emma Deadman coming back, Graham Isaacson, Jono Smith. So anything could happen in the last 8 to 10 riders. We'll have to wait. Time to beat so far. That fabulous round by Henry Bull with Dark Ages and 37.12. It's the time to beat in the jump off. Nikisha Lemmers is next up. She rides Mango. He works full-time as an environmental advisor for BTW Company. She has a team of 3 jumpers based in the Waikato now, originally from Northland, Nikisha. Family used to travel all over the country. She's been a fabulous competitor over the years and a very nice rider. Mango by Cartel. This horse. To the last 2 fences for Nikisha Lemmers, the main events. Fence number 9 and number 10, all clear so far. Heading into the last, she will be all clear. And I'll reset herself now for the jump off. Bell's gone. Start the 45-second countdown, which she'll use just to regroup and to make sure she knows the course. Take a breath. Good time, but I don't think it's going to be fast enough to get to the top of the leaderboard. A little bit slow there, 46.46. Puts her into 5th place though, which is not bad at this end of the competition. So Nikisha sitting in 5th place. Nice ride from her, very experienced rider, Nikisha. Doing a great job. And we'll move on now to our next competitor. Back in the ring for the 2nd time in this class, Jono Smith and SP Victor. This horse by a bay gelding by Oaks Volta out of Phoenix NZPH, bred in Australia. Sue and Chris Smith by Oaks Volta out of Phoenix NZPH, which was by Fatish Chapar. A reminder of those times for later today. The horse metre 30 expected to start around 9:30. Bit of a half an hour break between classes, so you should be able to work it from there. This class was 7 competitors left to ride, and so we're aiming to start the horse metre 30, metre 35, $10,000 final at 9:30. The pony metre 10 to metre 15, $2,500 at stake. At 11:15, the horse metre 40 to metre 45, $12,000 prize pool for that class. Some fantastic competitors scheduled to start at 1:15, and the horse metre 20, the last class of the day, a large number of competitors in that class. $10,000 up for bidding there, and that is scheduled to start at 2:30. Jono Smith just coming round to the last 2 jumps. And there we have it. Nice clear round from him. 84.54 on the clock. He was clear with his earlier ride, Petit Depart, and now clear again with SP Victor. His jump off time about to be decided. Been a fabulous few days here in Taupo. The weather has been sensational, and just a bit cooler today for the first time, but everybody's loving Easter in Taupo with the gorgeous autumn weather. All right, he's picked up the pace a little bit, Jono Smith. He's going to come, he's going to take the long way round there. 1 to go, 32, 33. It's going to be close. Might be good enough to get him on the leaderboard. Good time of 39.55, which will pop him into 3rd place. It's a great round from Jono Smith. 39.55.
Well, another lovely double clear here for Jono Smith. This time with SP Victor, with a time of 39.55. Now to welcome Bailey Shaw, she's riding as the Ruby.
All right, Aztec Ruby and Bailey Benshaw back in the ring and underway. She rides this horse, a bay mare, Warm Blood by Ramirez out of Vienna SL, which was by Voltaire 2, bred by the Aztec stud. Going up 8 years old, this horse. There's 2 fences down for Bailey at this point in the competition. And through the flags for 18 faults. Just a couple of maybe 2-time faults to add. So 16 jump faults and 2-time for a total of 18. 6 combinations left to ride. Our next one in the ring will be Jessie Linton, I believe. Back in the ring again.
Announcement please for riders in the indoor arena today. All of the presentation, the ribbon presentation will take place in the arena at the conclusion of
Right, so Jessie Linton riding WSJ Jonah. WSJ, the Webb Show jumping prefix. So bred by Daniel Webb out of Hunterville. This horse, a bay gelding. Warm Blood Cross by Comanche Chief out of Rita, which was by Wishful Willie, bred by Daniel and Chrissy Webb.
18 faults for the previous combination as the Ruby and Bailey Shaw, 16 jump. J. Jonah, ridden by Jesse Lister.
And a beautiful clear round for Jesse Linton and WSJ Jonah. 83.08 on the clock. A good time for him. So that's the bell now for his instant jump off. Just readjusting things, getting things back together. And away they go. Reassuring the horse there, it's all good. Jesse, very competitive, likes to give it his best crack, which is great. He gets a good number of rides from a lot of people on some fabulous horses, so you can see he always gives it a good go. Jonas speeding around there. Oh, weaving his way through the shorter part of the course. Oh, and that rail's come down, unfortunately. That might just be because of the slight weaving going into that. So it was going to be a very speedy time. He was giving it everything. It's still a good time going down to the last fence, but it's a 4-fault round now, and it's 41.38 and 4 faults, which puts it in 9th place.
Well, unfortunately, that round coming down there.
It was going to be a blistering time.
Time of 41.43.8. Now moving down to number 37, AF, ridden by Emma.
Right, Avicii AF is our next horse, back in the ring with Emma Deadman, and she rides the 16-year-old Bay Gelding, Holsteiner by Latorio out of Coleraine Corners, which was by Corlando, bred by Louise Dunn.
I would also like to mention to riders that when you're walking the course now in indoor, you are going to be kept on TV, so that you want you to be properly tired.
Henry Bull still the fastest time to beat, 37.12. He's sitting at the top of the leaderboard, followed by Emma Deadman on her other horse, Super Duper, sitting in second, and by my account, Jesse Linton and Double J Larrikin in third place at this point in the competition. Just a few combinations left to ride, and then we'll move indoor for the presentation in the main arena. Oh, well saved by Emma Deadman. It looked very disconnected going into the first of the double, but she pulled it back together. And round to the last, all clear going into the last fence. Well done from Emma Deadman, 78.12. It'll be all good on the clock, and she will now just maybe take a breath and regroup for the jump off. right, Emma Deadman is underway. Unfortunately, she's had one rail at the early part of the course for 4 faults, so she will not be able to complete her second double clear. Another rail come down there. 3 rails, so 12 faults so far, coming round to the last 2 fences. Finishing with 12 faults and a time of 40.65.
3 rails down there in the second phase for 12 jump faults at a time of 40.65 for Avicii and Inadina.
All right, Graham Isaacson and Risky. An old campaigner. He's been around a long time, ridden a lot of horses. And this horse is by Double J Repicharge, according to my sheet. Self-employed farmer from down central and southern Hawke's Bay way. Putting his hat in the ring for the sensational prize money offered in these classes. Prize money for the metre 10. I don't know, it doesn't say on that sheet. I'll have to find the other sheet. But fantastic prize money raised by Colin and Tony to make this a wonderful, rich event for riders. Unfortunately, COVID has put paid to some of the competitors who thought they would be here. Haven't been able to come, which is disappointing for them. And last big show of the season next weekend with the series final and Glistening Waters series final in Masterton and the Wairarapa. Everybody always goes there. The presentation of all the series awards for the year for show hunter and for show jumping. And a good way to round off what's been a fairly disjointed and disconnected season due to COVID disruptions and mandates and restrictions. So looking forward very much to getting back to a full season next year, including perhaps a Horse of the Year, which would be exciting. It's been a long time since we had one of those. All right, 16 faults for Graham Isaacson. Not his day today, fortunately for him. I've got 2 left on my sheet to ride. And we'll see. Just see the replay there of Graham. Dreamcatcher is up next, Amelia Wilshire. This horse, a grey gelding crossbred by Wolf Cornig out of Mary, which was by Abner, bred by Dave Duff. Lovely to see this NEC indoor arena, the brainchild of Wally Niederer and his team at the NEC committee, who put a stake in the ground and had a dream and raised an enormous amount of money to build this indoor arena for New Zealand equestrian scene. It hasn't been easy, and it's been a labour of love of Wally's for a long, long time, so it's lovely to see it being used and being supported so well. I know just in the time that I was involved with the SNZ, it became extremely popular and is really difficult to get a booking now because it's all booked up by all sorts of equestrian disciplines and other events. So it's awesome to see, a dream come to light and to be so well supported in the sport. So well done, Wally, and your team over the years, Mark King and the various others from Taupo who've put a huge amount into this. All right, it's a 4-fault round for Amelia Wilshire. Last combination to ride next in. We'll have Alicia Bradley and a Corrigo Jewel. This horse, a 6-year-old warm-blood Irish sport horse cross by Corrigo Storm out of a Romanov mare. Right, once we've finished this, we will move off into and we'll have the presentation for this class. Just a big thank you to Canter for Cancer, who supplied all the dress rugs. A little bit of a rundown there on the sponsors. Main sponsor, Fibre Fresh, of course, supported by Colin and Tony McIntosh Global Equestrian. Takapoto Equestrian, a fantastic contribution from them. Quality Print, the local print shop. Canter for Cancer for the dress rugs. Mitre 10, Property Brokers, and PH Consulting, which is one of pals in her business. And we'll hear a little bit more about them in the next wee while. Running a little bit behind time for our schedule, so we'll just see how we can make up some time in the middle there. 4 faults for Alicia Bradley at this point in the competition. So that actually looks like the young up-and-coming Henry Bull is going to take the class out, 37.12. And by my reckoning, Jono Smith, no, Emma Deadman, second, Jono Smith third, and Jessie Linton in 4th place. So we'll have the confirmed results for you in just a moment as we head off for the presentation, and we'll get the printed out sheet of the confirmed results as we go past the judges box into there. 84.8 and 4 faults. That brings this class to a close. The horse metre 10, great competition, fantastic ride from Henry Bull, who came out the winner and gave them a bit of a riding lesson from the young gun. What a fantastic way for him to win the class. And we'll hear from Henry as we move off into the arena.
I get to catch up with one of my favourites in show jumping, none other than Maury Beatson. And anyone who's followed this sport for years will know this man. You are a legend. Tell us a little bit about who you're riding in the metre 40.
Today I'll be riding a horse called Central Park. He's by Centavus. I hope he's going to be a good horse. He's got the potential to be a good horse, a very good horse. Easy to train, nice to ride. You know, he's only 9-year-old, but it's we're just looking forward to the future with him.
And Maury, this sport has certainly taken you all over the world, the Olympics, 2 World Equestrian Games and the World Cup final in Europe. What have been some of your favourite moments?
I've been lucky. I've travelled the world. I've been to a lot of countries, and the sport is very big overseas. You know, it's huge. You know, there's a lot of wealth overseas. But I tell you what, it is nice to come back to New Zealand and show jump.
Well, thanks, Maury. We look forward to seeing how you two go.
Yeah, thank you very much. Righto.
Calves are born as totally milk-reliant animals without a fully developed rumen, so it's really important that they get quality nutritious forage fibre from day one.
They grow best on green pasture, and Fibre Fresh is the closest thing that you can get while the calves are in the sheds. So our goal for the Fibre Fresh is to get these calves developed as fast as we can. We get our calves from 4 days of age, and from day one there's Fibre Fresh in the pens with them. Their rumen will develop within the first 10 weeks of their life, so it's important that they get the Fibre Fresh while they're growing.
The key benefits of Fibre Fresh is the high quality digestible protein that's found in the lucerne crop, but also calcium for bone development and growth, and the fact that it's all natural and antibiotic free.
Once they're onto their Fibre Fresh program, we see that there's no weaning check, there's no drop in weight gain, and they just continue to grow as they should. Another huge benefit to feeding the Fibre Fresh is you can store it outside and be fresh and ready whenever you need it.
We produce everything from the paddock to the harvesting and manufacturing into the bag, and then onto the pallet and into the market. Our farmers tell us that their calves really thrive on the Fibre Fresh product. We know from research done here that calves develop 18% heavier rumens than those reared on a milk and meal diet. The calves then go out onto the pasture and are able to perform like mini cows as they enter the herd.
New Zealand's a small country, and we love how much we can send over to the rest of the world. Our little calves here, growing into these enormous big cattle, go internationally. We love that we can produce a product that's loved around the world. It's great to have Fibre Fresh as part of our team, and we know that it's just the perfect product to grow our cattle.
Now in the presentation arena for the presentation of the ribbons and the place getters for the New Zealand Indoor Champs Horse Metre 10 to Metre 15. A fantastic ride there, a great ride from Henry Bull, who showed the others how to do it. Must have had some lessons from your dad, going fast, eh?
Yeah, he's a pretty good coach, eh? He just tells us what to do and then I just do it.
Well, what was Dad's advice going into that class?
He just go fast, you know.
Go fast and go clear?
Yeah, that's...
Is this your first year on Hacks, Henry?
Kind of. I rode a few like last year, but this is like my first proper season.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about Dark Ages, because he's been around for a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's 18, I'm pretty sure, and he's been around quite a bit. He's done a lot, but yeah, he felt really good today. He's definitely not looking his age.
No, he's a fantastic horse and well done. I know Mum and Dad were probably pretty excited going out there. I could see them in on the screen. So well done. And well done, of course, also to Emma. It was a close run call out there, but you came in a good second.
Yeah, well done, Henry. Well, he's 12, and I've had him for a year. Luckily, my sister gave up, so ended up with the ride on him.
Awesome, well done. You had a good go out there. It's all good. All right, we're going to let these riders, we'll give you the full results. Henry Bull was first on Dark Ages, the blistering time of 37.12. Second was Emma Deadman and Super Duper. Third to Jono Smith and SP Victor. Jesse Linton and Double J Larrikin came in fourth. Jono Smith and SP Petite Dupar fifth, and Nikisha Lemmers with Mango all sixth place. So are we going to go have a little canter round, Henry? We'll send them on their way out there for a canter round and victory lap for the class. Well done to all of those riders. Give them a clap as they go past Henry Bull and Dark Ages.